Today on The Social, Reese Witherspoon admits she needed to hear the hard truth when a director told her she wasn't right for a role. Do we all need an ego check? And one woman says she felt relief after giving up on the idea of loving her long-term partner. But should we settle for loveless relationships? Then, from sea-inspired skincare to polka dot nails, some of the standout beauty trends to play with this season. Plus, beyond bed rotting, how to truly get good rest. A 3-step practice that'll leave you rejuvenated and empowered. It all starts now on The Social.
It's Friday. We made it.
Yes.
We made it. It's
It has been the longest week ever. It has been the longest month ever. I'm happy to cap off this week with a visit from my mother, who's in the audience today.
Hi, Mom.
She's here. I'll just say this. We are so happy to have her here, but she is here with her golf ladies, who are all, I would say, aging powerfully.
Yes. Amen. Look at you.
Good to have you ladies here.
Oh, we love that.
I know.
Now you gotta watch what you say. just a little bit. I'm sure she watches you on television. It's all fine, everybody. She knows you. Okay, so why don't we start with this question? Have you ever been given a dose of reality in the workplace? Little ego check. Well, Reese Witherspoon is opening up about being given a big ego check back in 2014. She says she was supposed to star in the movie Gone Girl, but the film's director, David Fincher, told her she was, quote, totally wrong for this role, and then ended up casting Rosamund Pike instead, who was amazing in the film. Reese says she eventually, clearly not right away, but eventually realized David was actually very, very right. So how important is it to get an ego check, kind of like that, maybe every now and then?
Yeah, I feel like it's important too. I'm, in fact, due for one. 'Cause I think the last time I had it was about 15 years ago, and it was, I handed in the first draft of my first story ever that was gonna come out in Maclean's magazine. And the editor looked at the draft and she said, oh, this is a complete rewrite. Because I had made the story about me. It was like I had inserted myself too much, and she's like, you're not a columnist. Maybe one day you will, but straight out of the gate, you're not a columnist. She gave me the notes, I rewrote it, and the second draft almost went through without any changes. So
Was the second draft better, though?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, good.
And also, here's the thing. I think it depends on who it's coming from, because this editor is considered one of the best in the country. So who am I to say, no, I want it to be like a Hannah Horvath from, no, this is all about me. No, I was like a cub. Report, you know what I mean?
So you needed it.
I needed it, and it worked out great.
I don't know. I mean, you're hitting on something, because I do think you have to respect the person. And in theory, I remember being in university and I had a professor who I did respect. Like, she was the screenwriter. I wanted to be a screenwriter. And yet she had it out for me. She thought I was, I don't know what, if I reminded her of someone from her past, but she basically kicked me out of the program and told me that I was never gonna be a writer. But that, I mean, it is extremely motivating to be told you cannot do this, you will never succeed at something. And I would say, but here's a question though, I've also had people in the past who've motivated me by compliments, by saying like, I see something in you, that's the whole reason why I'm doing on-air work now. I was behind the camera, and then an executive said, I think you can do this. And I was like, I can't do that. Yes, you can. And so I was also then, that's a much better way to motivate, in my opinion, is when you motivate by telling someone, you can do this, as opposed to you cannot.
You're right. you're right. It does empower you if you're feeling a little bit insecure, especially in the beginning of your career. And it's interesting because in the beginning of my career, I was told when we were in J school, listen, you have a demo tape and you have to leave your ego at the door because it's about getting better. So I went in with that attitude. And in my first job, not at this station, another one, there was a very well-respected news director who was there. And I was like, I'm so grateful to have you and access to you. And I cut these demo tapes and I would sit down with him and I'm like, play it and be like, tell me what I need to change. Tell me what I need to fix. Because I'm like, ego aside, tell me, because I was looking for that. And he would literally just watch it and kind of go, yeah, I don't really have anything to say, but I think the entry-level job that you have is perfect for a girl like you. And I remember, right? And I remember thinking, okay, everybody thinks this guy, he's well-respected, he has all this experience, but why does this not feel good? Why am I so angry? And I left that office and I was super angry and I was like, oh yeah, watch me. And the funny thing is, it wasn't just me. There's another very prominent on-air person whose name I won't say, who was also at that same place and got told the same thing. We're both doing very well. And I'm sure he notices that the two of us, that he kept away from all of those situations and all of the opportunities, it's gotta like rub him the wrong way. And so that's why when I hear stories like this of one person telling another person, this isn't right for you. Who are you to say that? And how do you know? Do you have a crystal ball? So I guess,
but in the moment, it must have been really hard. Like, I think in retrospect, we can say we've grown and we've learned. And I think that's the lesson here also for anybody listening, because it can feel like an ego killer. And then for us, it maybe eventually turned into an ego boost. But in the moment, you feel really, really deflated. And that was my story. I was already very well into my career. And you guys know this in school, and in journalism school, and in this industry, you hustle. When we come from news, you are chasing contacts, you are building relationships, you're hustling for the scoop. And I had been working on a relationship for years to get a really high-profile interview. And I finally secured it. And I said, this is it. And that's what you're conditioned to do in this industry, hustle.
That's the win.
So when I came to present it, to say, here's the pitch and can we do this, I was really knocked down, and someone much higher than me, who is very well respected, said, you're not the right person for the job. But not maybe because I wasn't talented enough, but there's a hierarchy in our business. And there's seniority. So if someone is senior to you, and they've earned it, and they're like, that's not for you, that's for me. So in that sense, I felt like my ego was so deflated because they basically said, you're not ready for this. This is not for you. And yet,
but you did all the work to get it.
I did all the work to get it. I really did.
But this is really about their ego.
Their ego. Their ego.
Saying, how dare you scoop me on this?
Exactly. But the lesson was very entrepreneurial because since that happened, of course, it burned me, it stung me. I leaned into my Frankism. That's my dad, Frank. And if you want something done, do it yourself. And so guess what? I just do all my other things for me. And I don't always feel the need to have to share or give it to somebody else. I can completely rely on myself. There's a big lesson in all of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really relates.
Egos! Let's give it up for egos.
Egos!
Hey, you know what? I think we can all agree it's a stressful time out there, in the world. But do you have a way to self-soothe? Because apparently there's a growing trend that involves adult pacifiers. Social media users are relieving the stress and anxiety of everyday life by sucking away at these adult soothers. So retailers carrying the products are claiming that they're selling thousands every month. So, guys, would you give one of these a suck to help? No, I'm shocked.
That is everything that is wrong with society right now.
I don't know if it's everything.
Or is it a sign of the times? Or is it a sign?
Adulting is hard. Young ones, adulting is hard. The answer is not to go back to your binky. Adulting is hard. The whole point why we leave it behind, you know, if you've had a child, you know that age, if they've had one, and you have to sit down and you go, okay, Tommy, today's the day. Today's the day to say goodbye to Binky and grow up.
No, I don't know. We all have soothing mechanisms, right? Some people pick up smoking. I certainly did for a number of years.
Does your mom know that?
Yeah, she knows that. She knows that. I will say though that listen, I think this is disturbing on some level, but I also think like there are other worse habits, right? Like that's one of them. So would it be like
sucking your thumb can really mess up your teeth?
This reminds me of like the rave culture, though.
Yeah.
Didn't they do this in raves like in the 90s?
They did, because something with the drugs.
What were they sucking on?
drugs.
It was like
It was a
candy.
soother.
A candy soother.
Yeah,
or
it was
like
a soother.
candy.
Because they were on drugs.
I don't know. This trend angers me so much because I just feel like this is so counterproductive for women specifically. Men, if you want to put a pacifier in your mouth, go for it. But I'm thinking, we're still fighting to be paid equally, to be respected. They still don't think we're smart enough that we can handle stress, and then we're gonna turn around as an adult and walk around the streets with a pacifier in your mouth. Also, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, the sexualization and fetishization of just that clip of a woman sucking on something. Just imagine sitting across from a person and this woman is just sucking on something. You can hear that noise. This trend is a no. Take it out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't need this. This is going in the wrong direction.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's all right. All right, everybody, let's take a break. But when we get back, could you be in a loveless marriage? Oh, there's some people going, maybe I'm in one right now. I don't know. Why one woman says that she doesn't love her husband, but has zero intention on leaving. This is a really interesting story. We'll debate right after this.
Monday on The Social, we're treading lightly into cooler weather, and we're doing it in style. The best of the season's shoe trends from Erica Ward. Next week on The Social, Love on the Spectrum star Danny Bowman chats relationships and where she's at with her quest for love.
In the Toronto area for whatever reason, just come and visit us, why don't you? You can scan the QR code on the screen. We have fun. We have fun. Scan the QR code on the screen and you can get tickets and join us here for how much, Andrea?
It is free 99, our favorite price. You know how it is.
Right.
Free 99. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. One wife wrote into Scary Mommy with a secret about their marriage. She doesn't love her husband anymore, and she thinks he feels the same way. Now, instead of throwing in the towel, they have decided to stay in what they're calling a loveless marriage and are apparently happier because of it. Okay, so can a loveless partnership be healthy?
Healthy.
Healthy. I think, yeah, that's interesting.
I think it can be. I mean, is it what I would want? No, but I think if both partners have agreed, and in this case, it sounds like they were sort of having a lot of tension and fraught energy between the two of them, and then eventually they were sort of like, you know what? I no longer want to argue about things. I just want to be at peace. And they came to an agreement that they both felt the same way. They didn't want to separate because they had all these connections and family and like all these like roots and friendships that they didn't want to abandon and make challenging. Not to mention, I'm sure, a financial component. So I think when people marry for all kinds of different reasons, and I think we should normalize the fact that it's not always going to be exactly the same way it was when you started, but that doesn't mean it necessarily has to be, then you have to like absolutely separate and not be together for the rest of your life.
No, I have a quick question that to the table. Well, this sounds more realistic because I know a lot of the people in my family, I won't call any names, a lot of couples aren't sleeping in the same bedroom. They're just kind of staying together. They've just kind of grown accustomed to each other. It's more like a brother-sister situation. Isn't that more the norm? Are people afraid to talk about that? Is there a stigma about that?
I think you're right. I do think passion and lust ebb and flow in a relationship. But I'm also wondering if this woman, the word love, you know, feelings are hard to quantify. Like, I think it might mean different things for different people. There's not a universal definition of it. For me, I think about love equating it with intimacy. And once you've had, and I mean intimacy with being 100% yourself in front of someone else, where you're not performing, you are absolutely, unequivocally, unapologetically just yourself when you get home. And I wonder if, what am I trying to say? Like that, I think this couple has that.
Yes.
Has that level of intimacy. She's choosing to say it's not love, but I wonder if, according to other people, it might be.
It's an interesting question.
That level of closeness.
Maybe she loves him, but she's not in love with him.
But that's a really interesting distinction, right?
Right.
Okay, I'll be the one at the table who is the hopeless romantic. Hopeless romantic. I too would not want this, and I feel sad for her. I feel sad for him. if you're lucky, you get 80 good years on this planet. If you're lucky, we got one shot at this. I am of the camp of go big or go home, and that means with love too. Now, that doesn't mean that I think everybody should be in love or should be in a relationship. That's not what I'm saying. When I read this situation, I think that she is staying in this not because she is choosing to be, quote unquote, in a loveless marriage. I think she's staying in this because she's given up. And that's very different to me.
Yeah.
There's a resignation in her.
Yeah.
No, she's given up.
Do you think
I read it. The article was that she tried, she tried, and
But maybe she's just choosing peace now and choosing
peace now.
She's choosing peace now, and also, you know, some people, like, we have a loneliness crisis on our hand, and if she was to leave, you know, let's assume that she had enough finances to do that. If she's to leave, she's starting over, and maybe she just doesn't want to grow old.
So
I don't think so.
So then the question is
Absolutely
fear.
not.
Is it fear that keeps people from leaving and embarking on a new relationship? The fear of, like, who am I going to meet? Who am I going to start over with?
Yeah.
Who's going to deal with me? And that all those insecurities, and it's easier to stay.
It may be,
No?
but I don't know how old she is. But as you were saying, Jess, you know, long-term relationships, if you've been in them, there's ups, there's downs, there's left, there's right. That's how she feels right now. What's 5 years gonna look like from now? Is nobody on their deathbed says, you know, I'm glad that I did a whole lot of nothing in my life.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that says, you know, talk to people who are on their deathbed. What is it that you want? What's your passion? It might not be this. This doesn't sound like an empowered choice.
See, and
this sounds like
just,
resignation.
It's funny, you just triggered something in me, because I'm thinking about, because I took care of my father at the end, near the end of his life, and the fear for me would be that I've chosen someone that at the end of my life, I'm like, I made a mistake. I don't in fact love this person, and I wish if I could go back, I would have chosen someone differently, or maybe just kept doing my own thing, and I would have been happier. That, to me, is terrifying.
Interesting.
Terrifying.
Okay.
I wish we could talk to her.
I know.
Find out what's happening.
And hear his side. What's he thinking?
Oh, well.
Suppose he's madly in love.
That would be heartbreaking.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay, we're going to move on to this. Here's a question. Would you judge someone for brushing their teeth outside of the bathroom? Okay? A roommate has written to The Guardian for advice because their housemate brushes her teeth around her home and then spits it often in the kitchen sink. Is this gross, or is this, like, not a big deal? It's a sink, it's a sink, it's a sink.
You guys, okay, I got one woman. Thank you very much. Okay, first of all, I don't know. I appreciate that you guys brush your teeth in one room and stay there. That's very focused or controlled. I don't know. But when I brush my teeth, I walk around because I'm like, oh, I got this extra hand. I can do things.
Why?
And then, okay, first of all, relax. And then sometimes you get a little frothy, and whatever sink is there, I spit into that sink. Now, there are sink rules. I am not spitting into a sink if there are things in the sink. Like, if there are dishes in there, I'm not spitting into that sink, or cutlery, or a comb in the kitchen, in my bathroom sink. But I also clean the sink afterwards. Like, I clean it with soap and clean it up. Okay. Can I have a little
But wouldn't you say the difference is, and I could be wrong and I could be calling you out, but you live alone, right?
Yeah, I also live alone. So it's only my spit. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's my spit. It's my house. It's my sink. I'll spit where I want to.
In this situation, it's not even the hygiene. It's just like basically we all follow this unwritten social code that allows humans to coexist together. This roommate is not following through.
Correct. Okay, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm just gonna call myself out. So we work in this building. I like to brush my teeth before I come on the show, okay? So a lot of times we're rushing to get down here and I gotta pee. I got like an organization of things. I gotta eat, I gotta brush my teeth, I gotta pee. Anyway, I was running across to go to the closest bathroom to do this. Someone was in that stall. So there's a sink there that's associated with a kitchen that we have nearby. So I just started brushing my teeth in it. And as I was doing it, I was like, is this weird? Is someone gonna judge me for this? But it was out of desperate times.
Yeah, I saw you the other day and it's weird.
What? Why? There was nothing in the sink.
There's nothing in it.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
You have lovely teeth and wonderful dental hygiene, I'm sure. But I don't know that about everybody, and I don't want your gingivitis in my sink.
Even if I wash it afterwards?
I don't know that everybody is as clean as you.
Okay.
So if you think about it, if you take a look at what goes down the kitchen sink, it's everything from chicken guts to the fruit. Yeah, now you're getting right. So I don't think the same way that my food goes down there, even though it's going down, I also don't want your floss bits in my kitchen sink. I don't want when I spit, it's not always clear in the sink, am I right? So I just think there should be a separation of church and state, and there are sinks for one reason and sinks for another. Just like I wouldn't pour chicken juice down the bathroom sink.
Excellent
think about
point.
It. There is a
you
separation.
don't pour chicken juice
down the kitchen, down the bathroom sink.
You won't pee in the kitchen sink either? That's for another day. That's
Girl,
for another day.
I am not 20 anymore. Let's move on. Up next, everybody, Meta has just announced their first AI smart glasses. Okay, they say it's loaded with technology that they are saying could actually completely replace your smartphone. Okay, the new frontier of tech. We're here to introduce it to you and then debate it after this. Okay, so Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, or Zuck, right? That's how he's being called now, Zuck. He's cool now, okay? He's cool now. Anyway, he announced the company's first pair of...
Sorry. Go on.
Not as cool as you, though, Jess. He's announced the company's first pair of AI smart glasses. So these glasses include a built-in screen for augmented reality. They'll also have a small color display on the lens to project things like texts or even live video calls. Guys, we are in a movie now. Like, we have made the leap. So these frames, they're styled in a classic Wayfarer look, as you saw. It's all an attempt to avoid appearing too much like wearable tech. It's supposed to just sort of seamlessly move into our lives so that we're not constantly being taken out of the moment and go here. We can just... There. Who wants to try these? Who wants to try these?
I'm not trying them. I'm sitting this one out, you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zuck's comments when he was sort of introducing these, they made me so angry. He was essentially saying that our phones have been so detrimental because we're always looking down and we're not present around people. But these glasses are going to bring some of that presence back. Are you kidding? They're just going to disguise.
Yep.
They're going to disguise our distraction. I find it terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it so much too because you know what it reminds me of? I dated this guy in university once and we'd be out on a date together, we'd be sitting across from each other at a bar, let's say, and I would always see that he'd be looking at me, but he'd be looking just past me to see who's coming in. Do I know someone? Is that a hot girl over there? I could just tell he was never present. And this is the same thing. At least when somebody picks up the phone when you're having a conversation, you're like, okay, I can stop talking right now because they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
But if they have glasses on, it's going to give the illusion that they're paying attention, and they won't be. And I think that's going to be super distancing.
Also, for me, it's a loss of trust. I do not trust all of these tech bros because we've learned, I think in the very beginning with the introduction of smartphones, we're all just happy. We're like, oh, it's cool. It's just really convenient because I can do all these things. And now we've learned so much about how it's affecting our mental health. So now when Zuck and his friends are introducing these things, I go, wait a second. And how did you design this? How addicted to this are we supposed to be? Are we giving this to our kids? Is this safe for our kids? And I don't know about you, but I'm at this crossroads. I know I'm in this job, so I have to have a presence online. But I'm at this crossroads where sometimes I daydream about living in a very quiet place with a flip phone in my pocket and not being so...
Checking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be so checked out that I'm like detached from what's going on because I don't want to get left behind. But at the same time, I'm at that crossroads right now where I'm like, you could take this phone and I won't miss it. So I can get my mental health back and I can read a book and touch grass.
Yeah.
Zuck, thanks for the glasses, but I'm going to keep these Amazon cheapies.
I'm curious what you have to say about this because the only thing I could see these being a benefit in terms of connection is like I'm going to Italy next year. I'm trying to learn on Duolingo. It's taking a long time. So if we could an AI in real time, if I could be like encountering someone and then being fed a line.
You do that with the new AirPods.
Oh, okay.
But I don't need
this is the thing, like your excitement at new tech, like, I mean, yes, we've been learning a lot about the highs and the lows of tech, but I've always been an early adopter of new tech, and it's actually a personality style. So whether it's the first person who ever signed up on Facebook, I was one of the first people on Twitter. People used to, I know, it sounds like I'm really old, and people used to make fun of me, slow clap. There were people in this building who were making fun of me. Oh, what is this Twitter? It's gonna go nowhere. And then I was like, oh, really? Well, 100,000 followers later. Anyway, no, I'm being facetious. I'm being facetious.
But it kind of
it did go nowhere eventually.
Well,
But anyway,
no, eventually it died. But no, I'm an early adopter. I think this is going to be fascinating. You know, people have called smartphones experience blockers because it does absolutely pull you out of the moment. So I am curious to see how it's going to work. So send me a pair, I'll try it out, and I'll give you a review.
How much are they?
I see what you just did there. Brand partnership. Live on air. What the hell?
I'm shameless. I'm shameless. After the break, everybody, Michelle Casmi is back with her fall beauty trend report, which we're all super excited about as we go. Send me that stuff too.
Just send her all the stuff. Just send her all the stuff.
Welcome back, everyone. Fall is one of the most exciting seasons in the beauty world, making it the perfect time to shake things up and try something new.
Oh my God, I love your energy. So from sea-inspired skincare to polka dot nails, our next guest is here to take us through some of fall's standout trends and the products you'll want on your radar. So please welcome back to the show, Pinterest's editorial lead, Michelle Casmi's here.
Michelle! Let's get down to business. Let's get down there. We're kicking things off with one of the biggest skincare trends this fall, sea-inspired skincare.
Yes. So
Do tell everything.
Okay, so this is one of the trends in Pinterest Fall Trend Report, and this is because we're seeing searches for ingredients like salmon DNA and snail mucin.
Like salmon
DNA, yes. And this is an innovation coming in from South Korea. They are on the cutting edge when it comes to skincare.
Yes.
We're also seeing searches for specific products like the CosRx snail mucin essence.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
what you have here.
I actually use this,
Okay,
Michelle.
there you go. So this is a pretty known product. It's recently started trending again, and it's also more readily available. You can find this at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's affordable, which is another hallmark when it comes to K-beauty products. And this is basically, in essence, you apply this after you've cleansed your skin, but before your serum and your moisturizer. And the snail mucin, there's 96% of it in there. It's really known for its moisturizing properties. It's really helping you plump your skin. It's helping strengthen and your skin elasticity. So this is perfect for the, this is perfect for the fall months when you just want extra hydration.
Okay, you can Google what snail mucin is. Moving on. We're gonna feel a little nostalgic.
Let me just check on my glasses. Sorry.
I told you. We're gonna get a little nostalgic with the next one because Michelle, you say grungy glam is in for fall. What is that?
Yeah, so this is a softer, more modern take on the grunge makeup that we remember. So instead of the looks that were very bold and dramatic, this is sort of more of a lived-in look. Yep, you're gonna get a demo.
I'm gonna work on it. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
And this is a palette that I love to get this look. This is an eyeshadow palette from celebrity makeup artist Hungman Go. He just launched his makeup line at Sephora.
Oh my God, that's Selena Gomez's
makeup artist.
Oh, wow.
This eyeshadow palette, super pigmented. It's called Compose Cool. It has those grays, browns. There's a cool shimmery tone, and there's matte and shimmers in there. So you can really have fun with how you play.
Oh my gosh. Do you feel like 90s glam or what?
There's such a great deal of trust right now.
Yeah.
Melissa's always wanted to put eyeshadow
soft.
on me.
I've always wanted to do Jess's face. We do it from time to time on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we have way too much fun.
I love when you do my makeup.
You go on.
So is this like what Mel's doing? Is this a low key? Because I don't think I want full key.
Exactly. No,
grunge.
this is exactly. No, this is a perfect way to get it. So she's using a cool sort of gray tone. She's really diffusing it so it looks great on you. And the rest of your makeup's really soft, so you don't have to go heavy on the lip.
Right?
Wow, Mel. Do you love it?
Oh my God, yes. You keep going, you keep going. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, sorry, just a little bit more. I just want to make it balanced. There,
More is more.
Done.
She added dimension.
Oh my God, gorgeous.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh my God. Michelle, when it comes to scents, you're calling out warm scents as the sort of the biggest trend this fall. What does that mean?
Yes, so we're really seeing searches for notes like apple, vanilla, caramel on Pinterest. And this is from Selena Gomez. So this is Rare Beauty, speaking of. This is their new fragrance. And so it's already open. So you just spray, this is the spray.
That's such a cute design.
Okay, got it. Okay, so all right. What's
this
one?
is exactly the kind of scent, the warm sort of gourmand scent that people are gravitating towards.
Yeah.
So there's pistachio, caramel, vanilla.
That's nice.
It is really pretty.
There's also a bit of ginger in there. So if you're feeling that little zing, that spice, that's where that's coming from. So really delicious scent. If you don't want to commit to a full bottle, you can get a mini as well.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, I
too.
like that.
That's really
I love
cute.
that.
That's lovely.
I feel like we're leaning into fall. This is so
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so you also say that velvety skin is part of the fall trend. What is that? How do we get it?
Yeah, so velvet skin, I think this is a perfect middle ground when you don't want super hyper glowy skin, but you don't want super matte complexion either.
Okay.
Sort of that natural in-between finish. My favorite way to get this look is from this foundation by Makeup by Mario, another celebrity makeup
Yes!
artist.
Kim Kardashian's makeup artist.
And this one has a natural finish. It's medium coverage. It's buildable. This really helps smooth and blur your skin.
Okay.
It also is not drying. It's really gentle to use, and you can build it up if you want that sort of full coverage effect. You could just use it to spot treat.
Spot. I love this.
Yeah, that's really,
very,
really
very nice.
Really nice.
Who doesn't love a little bit of shimmer? I know you love a lot of shimmer. So it's another big trend for fall. So tell us how we should be wearing it, though.
So for fall, shimmer doesn't have to be over the top. It can be.
Yes.
But you don't need to save it for special occasions either. You can incorporate it into your sort of daily, everyday look.
May I finish your face with this? Okay, go on.
So this is really great. This is from Tower 28. These are the shimmer sticks.
Shimmer
I love
sticks.
how low effort this is. You can go directly onto your lids to apply. It's not messy. And if you feel it, do you feel a sort of cooling effect?
Yes, I do feel a cooling effect.
It's almost like an ice cube. So this is really good for sensitive eyes. It has cooling and soothing ingredients. And so if you have eczema, for example, if you have dry textured eyelids, this is really great to use.
Oh my gosh. You go ahead and read.
Oh my God.
That's nice.
Is she doing it like, is this like an everyday sort of wear? How else could you do it for an everyday look?
Okay, so you could wear it how she did it. You could do it like on your brow bone. You could do it on the inner corner of your eyes if you just want a little pop.
Okay, I like that.
That's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
You could do it like here, here.
Just do whatever you want to do.
Just
Either
do
on
that.
a Cupid's bow.
Okay, this is another nostalgic return. The defined lip is back this season. I'm feeling very 90s. I don't know how I feel about this, Michelle.
I don't know how I feel about this either.
I don't know.
So defined lips, which means lip liners are back. So I don't know if you remember MAC's lip pencil in Spice.
Oh my God, I'm wearing Spice right now! I'm wearing it right now!
This is like the iconic shade.
I'm wearing it right now. Okay.
This is amazing because this is what all the supermodels used to wear, like Linda Evangelista, Cindy Crawford. This is really creamy. You can use it to shape and define your lips, as you're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's creamy enough that you could fill your lips in and wear it as a lipstick as
Ladies,
well.
Okay.
overline.
People are it's still the trend to do like the two different colors?
And you can make it really soft. You don't need to do that sort of exaggerated difference, and you can really diffuse the shade. So make it work for you.
Oh, do we like it? Do we like it?
We love it. We love it. So lastly, we're seeing a trend from the fashion world translate onto our nails this fall with polka dots.
Yes,
Tell us more.
So vintage fashion is on the forecast for fall, and we're seeing a lot of polka dots, and that's sort of translating into nails as well. So we're seeing searches for polka dot nails on Pinterest, polka dot French tip nails as well.
Wow.
That's cute. That's
even
cute.
Dua Lipa wore it recently.
Oh, those are so pretty.
That's cute.
They're so cute. And the easiest way to get this look, I really like Quo Beauty's. It's a nail set, nail art and stencil set. This is really cute. You can use a dotting tool in here.
I have this tool.
This is perfect.
Yes, and I do it at home, and you go like that.
Jess does all her own nails at home.
Not
and she's
today,
really good at it.
but I'm getting so good.
She's really good at
And
it.
it's easy to freehand. If you're not good at freehand, we have stencils over here to help guide you. So super easy.
This is good.
And then in terms of colors, you can go for something really classic, or I like unexpected color combinations. So that's
Can we
actually
see
I was just
yours
going to say,
today.
this is gorgeous.
Just hold really, really still. So you
Okay.
decided to do dots on your ring finger
Yeah,
and
so
thumb.
I did accent nails on here, and I
That's so
used the blue as my base, and then I used the burgundy shade on top, and that's what I use at home.
And you did
I
this
use-
freestyle.
I freestyled.
Freestyle. I'm going to open up a little salon in my office.
I'll
and
be
you
coming.
can come in. Yeah.
After the show.
$25.
Done. Michelle, this was so fun. Thank you for this. Fall Beauty Trend Report.
It's amazing.
That's so cool. Okay, if you want to get a recap of any of this, go to our YouTube channel after the show. You can get all the details on all of these products there. After the break, expert tips on how to improve your rest. We can all use that right after this. That's so cute.
Welcome back. So Canadians are tired. In fact, a recent survey found that 42% of workers felt mentally or physically exhausted by the end of the day.
Yeah, we can relate. So to cope, many resort to something commonly known as bed rotting. But our next guest says that it's time to shift to more nurturing forms of rest, and she's here to tell us how. We are listening. Please welcome back to the show, Peak Performance Mindset Coach, Hidakam.
I think it's timely that you're here. Did you hear the way the audience was like, oh, we're so tired? All right, so let's talk about the term bed rotting, because I think a lot of people know what it is, but not everybody. So first, break that down for us.
So bed rotting essentially is when you are spending long stretches of time in bed or on the couch, and I'm talking long stretches, like hours and hours and hours scrolling social media, binge watching shows, basically checking out of life. And it was really made popular on social media like TikTok. TikTok, I think, has like over 300 million views under that tag, and they've kind of romanticized it. So many Canadians, Gen Zs especially, are choosing it as the way to decompress from the pressures of the day. So on their days off, they're bed rotting. And so maybe as a one-off, it would be okay, but it actually creates more stress and anxiety if you're using it as a coping mechanism, right? Yeah.
Are they doing it with a soother in their mouth?
I suspect some are. Possibly.
So why, presumably it feels good for them.
Yeah.
So why does it feel so good to bed rot?
Well, the way it's been romanticized, it's like you get all of your snacks, you get your big water bottle, and you're, and you set yourself up in this nest, right? This cozy little nest with your blanket. And so it can provide some instant relief. However, I think it's like putting a bandage on a wound that needs stitches. Like it'll cover it up, but it's not gonna do any healing.
Right.
It's not a solution.
I like what you said. It might feel really, like the way you described it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon.
Okay, so you're saying that, even though it feels harmless, bed rotting, if you do it a lot, can actually take a toll on people. So talk about some of the negative effects that can happen.
Yeah, so over time, it will disrupt your sleep cycle. Like, have you ever spent a lot of time or long naps, and it disrupts how you get productive rest at night? And then it also creates isolation. Think about it. You're on social media, you're binge watching shows. It makes you feel more lonely. And it lowers your self-esteem because you don't feel good about how you spent your day. And you may beat yourself up over it and then internalize that story.
Your whole bag is mindset. Like this is your area of the world of expertise. So you say we should shift our mindset from escapism, like we're escaping something, to empowerment. So shift our minds.
So we want to shift from passive, where we're really being passive and escapism, and going to empowerment. And that happens from intentional rest, like really nourishing yourself. So you can ask yourself, am I avoiding or am I restoring? Am I avoiding or am I restoring? And that will give you some clarity. But if you're going to use this as a mechanism to deal with exhaustion or burnout, you won't feel good about it, and it's not going to really be adding or refueling you. It will actually, ironically, end up making you feel more drained.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get that, right? Like how it could do that,
So how about some tips on how to get that restorative rest?
Yes. So there's a few things that you can do. I think journaling is really great. Like even just a brain dump. Have you ever done that where you just like write for 5 minutes and you get it out of your head? And you could also do some prompts like, what is draining me right now? And what do I need right now? A tech break. So many times when we're feeling this way, we want to start doom scrolling. Don't. Actually, if you can, put the tech away and get to your breath, meditate for 10 minutes. I know you do a lot of that. And then active rest. How good is it to get outside? Like seriously.
And touch grass.
And touch grass. And if you feel like you don't have the energy to go for a walk, even sitting outside, take a chair outside and sit. And then your morning routine. I'm really big on this. I do this with my clients because how you start your day matters. And so if you're gonna start scrolling, you're gonna be overwhelmed right from the beginning.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us are guilty of that, where you get up and the first thing you do is you reach for your phone and you start scrolling through that app. You definitely have to stop doing that. All right, so you have a 3-step practice for a real rest. Walk us through them.
Yeah, so what you want to do, again, is reflection. So, and that can be with your journal to start to reflect. And then what you want to do is regulation, ground, touch some grass, you know, get outside and reset. So what you could do is actually create a rest menu. But you do, but you do that when you feel good and think of all the things that are pick-me-ups for you, like going outside, calling a friend, all of those things. So when you're feeling it, just open up your phone, look at your rest menu, or maybe you have it somewhere and say, okay, what could I do right now? So you don't have to think so much about it. It's at your fingertips.
Ooh, we like that.
Yeah, God. I impressed myself with that one. I'm gonna do that.
A rest menu.
A rest menu, absolutely.
Well, that's why you're here. I tell you, I already feel better. And I haven't even rested yet, really. Hannah, thank you so much. Always great insight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's take a break, everybody. We'll be back right after this. We're celebrating the true north, strong and free.
From coast to coast.
We're celebrating everything we love about home.
Right here on The Social.
Weekdays at 2.
Okay, everybody, Monday on The Social, Erica Work is back with the shoe trends that we all need to know for fall. This is one of my favorite segments of the year.
Shoes.
This is how we shop after we're like, oh, Erica, can we buy that one? Can we take home that one? Also, if you love rom-coms, listen up because our book club is back with the audiobook Rich Girl Summer. We're going to talk about that on Monday. Hey, we're doing an Instagram Live. Just choked on myself. And we're going to do an Instagram Live on Monday.
The two of us.
The two of us.
We get into trouble a little bit
when
we
get
do
into trouble.
Instagram Lives.
We really do.
That's why you got to tune in and watch, because they're going to get into trouble.
It's true. What a week. Thank you for being with us. It's been a week.
It really has. My God.
Yeah.
Can the news cycle just slow down? For next week, we're just and it'll probably be worse.
Yeah.
It'll
Don't say that.
No, we're gonna leave on a happy note, guys. Sorry.
Your mom is here.
I know.
It's a happy note.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
There's nothing to see. There's no trouble. Yeah, everything's great.
As long as I get to sit next to these ladies while we do it, it don't matter.
Wow.
Yeah. We go through a lot of stuff.
We do.
We go through a lot of stuff. Listen, don't forget that we are on Crave. We are on YouTube. We have our podcast on the iHeart app. Shout out to the lady in my neighborhood who's always walking by me going, listening to the show right now. Thank you for that. We really, really appreciate it. And we especially appreciate all of you who are tuning in every single day and to this amazing audience. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Have a great and a restful weekend.
Yay!